So you're planning a trip to Lost Lands and you're wondering, should you go to the pre-party? When should you get there? And all that general information? Well, I've got it for you right here. Let's jump into it. So many festivals like Lost Lands will have a day zero or pre-party or something to that effect. And a lot of them will actually be free, but unfortunately Lost Lands does not include this in their general festival admission or camping admission. So you're gonna have to pay for it separately. Each day is a different price. You can get there Thursday, Wednesday, or Tuesday if you'd like, and it's more expensive the earlier you get there. I'll put the prices up on the screen right now so you can compare. It may change year to year, but generally you're looking about $80 to $100 with service fees. One of the main reasons to get the pre-party or the early entry access is to get a closer spot in camping. If you're going on Tuesday or Wednesday, you're gonna get a much closer spot than if you arrive on Thursday or Friday. And Thursday is an okay day to go. As long as you go in the morning, you're still gonna be a bit further back than the Tuesday and Wednesday people, but it's definitely better than showing up at some point on Friday. You will be the furthest back, or even later in the day on Thursday. You'll be very far back in camping. So it's worth it to get a closer spot so that you don't have to travel as far from your campsite to the festival venue. There's a lot of important information that's actually not on the Lost Lands website as concerning to the pre-party. And one of those things is the timing. The timing's super important for when you wanna get there, when you wanna go in, and all that sort of thing. So you'll want to know that it starts from 5 p.m. and goes to 11 p.m. And it might be a little bit different year to year based on how they're doing it setting up and potential weather delays and that sort of thing. In 2021, they actually delayed all the way back to about 8 or 9 p.m. But luckily they pushed it, the ending to about midnight or 1 a.m. to kind of offset for that. So it was still all good. As far as arrival goes, I definitely recommend you get there as early as possible just so you can get that closer camping spot. But if you want to just make it in time for the festival, it of course starts at 5. I do recommend getting there at about 12 or 1 at the latest so that you can set up your camp and have some time to either pregame or walk around the campground village so you can get the lay of the land and get really used to what the campground's like before going in the festival and walking over at about 5 or 6, depending on when you want to go in. Now, if you're not concerned with getting in right on time and you're fine with going in later, the one thing that you're going to want to consider is the line. The line will definitely change throughout the night. It will get longer as time goes by. At around 9 o'clock, it'll start being around about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes to get through the line. So it's not too bad, but if you're concerned about lines, definitely keep it before maybe 7 or 8. If you're not camping and you're staying at a hotel somewhere in Columbus, it's definitely still worth it to do the pre-party. It's a lot of fun, but the one thing you're gonna have to consider is how you're gonna get there. And you've probably already considered this with your hotel, with how you're gonna get to the festival grounds Friday through Sunday. You're also gonna need to get there on Thursday night. So you're either going to be taking Ubers or shuttles. Now, Ubers, the average nightly price is pretty darn high. The shuttle, you can pay for the whole weekend. And there's a link on the Lost Lands website, I'll put in the description below, where they have facilitated all of the shuttles. And the price is actually very reasonable. If you decide to take the shuttle, the one thing you're gonna have to consider is that you're gonna be waiting in a line. The one good thing about the shuttles at Lost Lands is I have heard the lines are not very bad. Pretty low wait times, maybe 20-30 minutes at the most, which compared to other festivals, the last time I went to EDC was in like 2015. That line took at least an hour, maybe a couple hours. So it's not that much of an inconvenience. And in my opinion, if I was staying at a hotel, I would find it very worth it. So as many of us know, the Lost Lands pre-party is actually not a set lineup. They will not be telling us beforehand, so you won't be able to know. It is just a huge back-to-back between a ton of DJs who will either be there that weekend performing or just be there hanging out with their other DJ friends. So it's gonna be something that you won't wanna miss because it's gonna be a spur of the moment, surprise kind of thing. One of the best things about the pre-party is that you're gonna see a big group of DJs that you wouldn't necessarily choose to see. So you're gonna see artists that you wouldn't plan on seeing the rest of the weekend, maybe artists that will have conflicts with other people that you wanna see. The coolest part is that sometimes there are DJs that are just there hanging out with their friends that aren't on the lineup, and they're gonna get up and join in that pre-party back-to-back. Another cool benefit of the pre-party is that artists are gonna be playing either their most popular tracks that you love the most, or they're going to be playing tracks that they're not including in their sets through the rest of the weekend. But don't trust me on that. Here's Sullivan King when he said it in 2019.
Everybody kind of can show up. It's a big free-for-all. We DJ for like 4 or 5 hours and just kick it off for the first people that are there, which is usually like half the festival. It's kind of fun because it's like, you know, when you're working on like a set for Lost Lands, you know, obviously you want to do like all the new shit and all the cool new songs that you have that maybe you haven't got to play out yet. And so like at the pre-party, all the stuff that maybe you couldn't squeeze into your set, you get to kind of drop there and watch kids react and see what goes off.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like down below so the YouTube algorithm recommends this video to more people searching for the same thing. Now, before we go, I want to show you some highlights of the pre-party in 2021 so you can get a feel for what it's like. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite tip was, and if you have any other tips for people going to Lost Lands, please drop those down below as well. And don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a lot more content related to Lost Lands and other raves, so stay tuned for that. See you next time. Peace.